Excellent. We're good. Let me just see if the mic is picking up signals. We're good. एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त अजूनी सैभंगुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहिगुरु 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 जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। नानक सहज मिले जग जीवन नजर करो निस्तारा एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की गुरु रामदास रखो शरणाई। Okay, awesome. Welcome back to In the Khud. This is January 14, 2025, 9:22 p.m. and welcome back to the stream post the leave I took owing to my birthday and the 3 days of leave that we had at that point. And we are like currently what is ongoing is the 2-week leave from the full-time job, and that's something I need to document. So today was the second day and there's a lot that I have in my mind going around that situation. But before that, the topic of this stream is branding. I'm going to talk about branding. So you can see from the thumbnail itself, I'm talking about 2 rebrandings. One is obviously In the Khud. So In the Khud logo looks different. It looks very nice. It looks very neat. And there's the branding for Vidhara. Vidhara, if you're not aware, is my brand with the tagline. I have a tagline to it, by the way. The tagline of Vidhara is tools to optimize your video creation process. I'm gonna make it video creation workflow. Okay, that sounds nice. So tools to optimize your video creation workflow in Premiere, After Effects, DaVinci Resolve using Mogart's scripts and Fusion macros. New episodes every Friday at 9 IST. So I'm talk a little bit about the branding as in how we got to this point. So right now this logo, I'm extremely happy with the way this is looking. However, this is not how we started off. We started with a lot of referencing. There's one reference here which I've just copied from Pinterest or somewhere and I pasted here, and it's no more available, so I can't show it. I don't know where it's gone. But I started off with, of course, color palettes, because color is very important. I was trying to do like rounded rectangles, and I knew that I need half of, like, it's probably more than half of the text in Hindi and half of the text in English. I don't know why. I've done the same for Click Reflect as well, where only the re in the middle is English, is Hindi, everything else is English. But the word Vidhara, right, it's it's something I thought about a lot, and it just completely goes in stream with pun, no pun intended, but it goes in stream with what I'm trying to do with the brand. So Vidhara is basically, V is standing for video and Dhara is like a stream or a direction. So again, it's like giving your video workflow a direction through this. And specifically, I'm very, very clear about what Vidhara does. It's a set of tools that I'm gonna give away, which you can download through my Patreon. I've made a Patreon page for that as well. The tools are gonna be Mogart's JavaScript, JSX extended scripts, and Fusion macros, which you can use, which I'm gonna use in a lot in my day-to-day editing workflow, but it's gonna be available for people to use. And in the video, like, the first section of it is gonna be how to use the Mogart or whatever script it is, and the second half is gonna be how I've made that in After Effects. I'm trying to do it once a week, so that's what it is. So I start off with the word was set in, then I was looking for font is very straightforward. It's Poppins because it's free, so we don't want any commercial issues from Google Fonts. It's a free font and it's beautifully neat. It works. So because it is related to editing, I was always from the beginning trying to do something like this, right? And so this is like your standard video editing timeline with a video layer, a music layer or view layer, whatever, and then some sound effects. And this was really capturing what I wanted, but then this was getting a little too intense. or a little too crowded. And also the color, right, this blue color that I started off with originally. So my ideal color palette came, the orange, blue, yellow came from the Nitnem Gutka Sahib that I use every single day, morning, evening. And I really like the colors here. In the image this is looking completely washed out or whatever, it's not looking nice, but in real life the colors are very, very vibrant. So that is the color palette I had in my mind from the beginning, and I settled for something like this. But then when I was doing my branding in these colors, right, it was just looking too childish to me. I didn't like the blue hue. Like right here, in the hood hue, I love this hue. By the way, we also changed the in the hood banner. If you go to the channel and you see, I just love how neat this looks. So on the YouTube banner, this is how it will look. Okay, raw documentation. This here we're using Roboto for in the code, straight up Roboto, no nonsense. And for Vidhara pop-ins, simple stuff. And these are just the software logos, and I've made them in a custom color format. It's looking very nice. So anyway, I was saying that the color, right, this hue of cyan, dark cyan, is something I really vibe with. But with Vidhara, this blue color, this one, it was just looking very childish to me. I didn't like it personally. So then I settled with this color. Where it go? Where is the logo? This a little darkish. It's the same hue. Maybe the hue has gone a little down, but it's more darker, more saturated, stuff like that. Because when we have color like this, white really pops on it, right? When you have color like this, let's say, okay, you can't see, you can, for the most part you can see things. When we have a color like this, right, even here white pops out, but I don't know, something about this blue color and a white text on it, it just speaks amateur to me. It's a very subjective, like, biased opinion. It's not amateur, it's professional enough. This is the way you look at it. I find this to be a little more, it's just subjective, I'm saying it again, it's subjective, but I find this to be a lot more it gives me a premium vibe as compared to that blue. And then I replaced the eye with the playhead because I need to introduce the playhead somehow, because about video editing. And I just settled with one audio layer at the bottom, not to clutter the logo too much. And you can put this on a t-shirt, that'll look very nice. Okay, so that's about branding for Vidhara and in the hood. That's where we've done rebranding. So to cover a little bit of whatever I've done, so one big thing is Logi plus MX Master 3S. You see this keyboard, you see this mouse. This is my birthday gift from my younger brother and my dad. This mouse is something I've wanted for a while, the Logitech MX Master 3S. This is a beast of a mouse, and rightly so is its price as well. But it has these buttons here. So you see two extra buttons here. It has a horizontal scroll wheel. It has one button here on the pad. It has one button here to like scroll, and it has your custom two buttons in the scroll wheel. And there's so much functionality packed into this thing. What I'm doing is I've mapped these two buttons to in my OBS. So if I want to come in here, let me show you my screen. If I want to go here or like zoom in, I am doing that right now with these buttons. So if I can show you, if I press a button, it goes there wherever mouse cursor is, and if I press the other button, I can move around, but then I have to keep my mouse down for that. So I have to get used to that, and then I can use my G1, G2, G3 to navigate around. So that gets a little easier on my hand instead of saying shift G1 is what I was doing. So that's one update. And you can come in here, you can put multiple softwares and do multiple customizations. It is a beast of a, if it's like really optimizing your workflow to the next level kind of thing. If I go in here, I will come to today in a while, but I start off here, right? So mapping mouse buttons, 14-day plan, optimizations. Yeah, so this will come, I think, yesterday. The minimum needed to brand. So this is again, now once I've discussed the branding part, what I need to get right with this documentation is how do I make the best of these 2 weeks, right? Because it's very easy, and this is something that has happened in the past as well. As I take a leave, of course I haven't taken 2-week leave in a while, in ever actually, in 4 years. This is first time taking a 2-week leave. But even the 3-day leaves that I took, it's very easy for time to just slip by. So this is one big concern, is how do I make the best out of these 2 weeks. And I'm gonna keep the stream under 15 minutes, so we're already 10 minutes. So I wrote down the minimum that needs to be done is 1 click reflect 3D animation and launching Vidhara to be once a week. Now Vidhara is a very heavy project to pick up even once a week, because it's not just making a video once a week, it's about giving a product once a week, and that product requires a lot of testing from my end, and then I have to share it with my team at the job, full-time job, because they're also editors. If they're finding use of it, that's amazing, and if they're finding flaws in it, that's amazing. I can work on it. But it will take some significant amount of time for me to pull off even one video for Vidhara week. So initially I was thinking I will start this week itself from 17th of January, but because I'm still working on the Mogurt that I want to launch first, I'll wait for like maybe 24th, and then we can go once a week. But I have to go once a week, and streaming the progress that I'm making here with Vidhara is one of the kind of answerability checks, right? I cannot just not do this, follow through with this project now. So that is that. ITK branding, I did all of this yesterday. Connecting PC and laptop via Ethernet, running network resolve projects is something yet to be done. So resolve. Okay, I'll come to today straight away. So today the whole day was spent in doing music cue sheets and finishing up some work. There's some bit of work that has to be done on it tomorrow as well, so that a bit of time will go in that. But YouTube inspiration, right? I watched this video by
as strong as the deep
Deya. I press this button on the mouse, it just does the window G2 for me. So this video, Deya, I don't know if that's her real name, but Deya talks about this book by Seth Godin called The Dip, and it's amazing. Like what she talks about is she talks about a lot of things, and you see I've already seen like 7 minutes into it, but I felt like I got the gist of the video, so I stopped watching further. I'll probably watch the whole video at some point. However, what she talks about is that the dip is, keep doing something and you consistently working hard towards it, and then you see a point where you see no results, right? That's the dip. So she shows her own YouTube graph where there's a dip, and this is the point where you're like most likely to quit. You're like, I want to quit. And there were some nice illustrations to show that. So this is where everybody's like, too much effort, no results, so I'ma just go back. And there was this one image that I really liked where people were trying to go back, if I can find that, because that's why people will be like, I don't want to continue forward. At some point there was this image of people want to go back. Yes, this image. So over here, right, it gets too complicated and it's like too much expectations, no results, people like go back. But those who keep going, they're like, they make it through. And for me, I could resonate with this at so many different levels, right? If you look at all the things that I've done in the code, around close to 281 videos or something. The last few videos have been live streams, no traction whatsoever, nobody's seeing the content. It's fine, I'm okay with it. It's like the dip never ends. But with Vidhara also, this is going to be important, because I know, as a matter of fact, I've started too many YouTube channels to know this, that in the beginning there's going to be no traction whatsoever. But to complement this, right, the dip thing, I watched another video. I was watching YouTube recently of this video by aliabdaal, where it says, if I start YouTube while working full time, I'll do this. And there's this one beautiful question that he puts in the form of a motion graphic here, which is, would you do YouTube would you do this if you did not get paid at all? Okay, the right mindset. He's like elaborating on that. And yes, that is the best thing, right? Would I be doing Vidhara or making videos on Vidhara if I never got paid for it? Yes, because this is something I'm really passionate. Like there's something inherently ingrained in me to work towards optimizations and to work towards building systems that help me do whatever tasks that I'm doing on a daily basis in my full-time job, which is editing and making videos. How can I do that in a better optimized way? Yes, I want to be doing that. And Vidhara just serves as a beautiful portal for me to share with the world and basically give a shot at what it means to build a brand. Initially I'm starting with YouTube, but I am also thinking to parallelly start Instagram page and have like shorts go up on it, because making short form content is also one good skill that I can sharpen and hone on the side. And then we can have optimization tools and scripts and extensions for that as well. So that, yeah, just doing these things. And the other thing I saw is this video by Modern Ideas. It's never been easier to win. And you see all the text animations in this is like very simple text animations, but you definitely have, he's definitely done this inside After Effects. And what I'm trying to do with my first Mogurt that I'm sharing, the text animator Mogurt, is that you can have as many texts as you want, and then you can have them animate like you want. So right now there are all these texts, and it's all through one Mogurt, right? You can come in here, you can change the text and everything, but you can also change what kind of animation that each one of them has. So this is a bit too clustered at the moment because it's a very big Mogurt that I'm building. I can have animate, I can have them animate, I can have each one of them, like those 5 subheadings can have a different animation. So let's say randomly I pick subheading 3, and instead of ramp up I want it to be simple typewriter, and simple typewriter basis lines. So it'll just show up like this. Yeah, that's exactly what we want for the, or I can do simple typewriter characters. So third one will be simple typewriter characters. So there is a lot that has gone into the expressions for this particular thing, and the biggest thing here is actually if I reset all of the positions, the alignment, right? That's something I've worked on a lot in this. So alignment is left, I can do alignment center, but it's all offset at the moment because I've given all of them an offset. So if I come in here and make all of the 0, I've given the option to have custom offset for each, because you want to be able to place your text however you want on the screen, right? So by default all of this is going to be at 0. When all of it is at 0, you get something very beautifully aligned like this. With rows, right? You can do center line, you can do left line, you can do right align, and everything will just work right off the bat. You have an equal margin option, so they're all equally spaced out. You can have distribute equal off, and then each one. Okay, this is not working, so I've done something to the code and this is kind of broken, so I have to fix this. Why when equal margin is off, distribute equal is off, why is that not working? Okay, we'll fix that. Then you can do rows, you can do column distribution. So column distribution, I have to take this here. So you see all of these are now column based, right? I can do column bottom aligned, I can do top aligned, I can do center line. There is just a lot of functionality that I've packed into this one Mogurt. Just make this 0 so it's in the center. And I really feel like I need to spend some time with this, because there's a lot of things which I will, if I use it in a project. One big problem is I've stopped using Premiere Pro for my edits, so I don't know how to, like, I have to purposely use Premiere Pro because it's a Mogurt that will work in Premiere, and try, maybe this is a good example, this video right here. All the typographic text animation is done, it's very, if with my Mogurt I can do this, all of this, right? This font was a type, whatever, this kind of things. This is one word at a time Mogurt. All of this can be done right inside of Premiere with this Mogurt that I'm building, except for these. You can maybe add some graphics, but the idea is having to not to go to After Effects to do these text animations. All of this happens right inside of Premiere Pro. That is my goal with this first Mogurt, and this is the first tool that I'm trying to give through Vidara. So there's so much value packed into this, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to be able to look at this gigantus ginormous amount of expressions that have gone into this After Effects project. So that's where I'm at, and I think I've covered everything. Again, coming back to how do I make the best out of these these 14 days, or less than 14 days now, like 10 days or something. I honestly I don't know, because it's actually just a leave, so technically I could just rest, but for me doing this, right, building the things that I've always wanted to do, and I don't think I'll be able to touch on full-fledged 3D animations for Click Reflect. It's maybe it's not the right time for it, but it's certainly the right time for Vidara to sprout out. It's ripened enough at the moment. So that's something we're gonna definitely work on before the end of this leave season, and I will try my best to document. One more thing I want to do is document is how difficult it gets when you don't have the full-time job pressure. So I've spoken about this before in the past on the many videos I made like around 2022 ending 2023ish, where I'm like, I'm struggling with this job, I don't know what to do kind of situation. And I spoke on countless occasions where I said that it is good to have a full-time job. It's very good because it gives you a school, right? It's you have a system, and then your day just goes by following the system. But then I can't keep doing that and expect to have something in the background like this built for me. uh, Again, essentially what I'm looking at with Hara and Click Reflect is obviously different, but with Hara and in the code, really they kind of feed on my full-time job, which is kind of evident from the content, right? Yeah, my full-time job is, and whatever I'm making here in my full-time job, I'm trying my level best to optimize them and learn new things and build tools for making my workflow easier. That is the content for Vidara and in the code. So it's really not so much an escape plan with these brands that I'm trying to build, and the branding that I'm doing. It's just like it's a very good place for me to collect and then share everything that I've learned and everything that I'm constantly learning with the world in a more sophisticated manner than just these live streams. These in the code live streams will continue to be a thing by God's grace. We've said that in good momentum, and that shall be a thing. But with that's where we're aiming at in the near future, and obviously continuing it for as long as I possibly can. So that's it for today's documentation. Thanks so much for being in the code. I will catch you in the next session. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. 0 concurrent videos, 0 chat rate, 0 views. The dip.